This Family Life News podcast is made possible by the support of listeners like you.
Next on the 5 o'clock report.
I don't like the snow.
Gabbard is a true patriot.
If you don't want to help right the fiscal ship in this country, get out of the way.
We tend to overinflate romantic love, even within church circles.
If you think that that's appropriate for children to see, then there's something wrong with you.
Fixing a closet door, hung my porch swing, put in a shower.
Now, let's go to the newsroom.
Good afternoon and welcome to the broadcast. I'm Family Life News anchor Sarah Harnish. The next storm is here. Doppler radar at 5 p.m. shows snow in Rochester, Binghamton, Olean, Scranton, and Erie.
I don't like the snow. I'm sick of it. We just had a big snowstorm that we just got over not too long ago, but my kids seem to like it, so it is what it is.
Winter weather advisories are posted for nearly every county in both states. 100 million people are in the path of this storm nationwide. Virginia had an unusual 900 car accidents today.
The roads are in no condition to be out just driving around and going places. If you have to be out because of working, then you should use a lot of caution. Otherwise, stay home.
Your forecast in 5 words: rain, then snow, then rain. The next storm queued up Saturday. Kevin has details on it all in a few minutes. Tulsi Gabbard is now the next director of national intelligence.
Yeas are 52, nays are 48. Nomination is confirmed.
The only Republican holdout on the vote was Mitch McConnell. New York Senator Chuck Schumer irritated that Gabbard, a former Democrat, is now working for Donald Trump.
We simply cannot, in good conscience, trust our most classified secrets to someone who echoes Russian propaganda and falls for conspiracy theories.
Nicole Parker is a former FBI agent.
Ms. Gabbard is a true patriot. She has served our country for over 22 years. And I think that President Trump is right on task as he is nominating individuals. These are very unconventional, non-status quo picks. That is what America wants. That is what they have voted for, and that is what they're going to get.
Next up, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s cabinet nomination. The Senate expected to hold a final confirmation vote for Kennedy tomorrow. The chamber voted 53 to 47 along party lines to end debate on the nomination this afternoon. There may be a light at the end of the tunnel in the war with Ukraine. Donald Trump wrapped up a phone call with Russian President Vladimir Putin today and then immediately called Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. CBS reporter Michael Wallace has more with Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth.
Hegseth says President Trump wants to end the war by bringing both Russia and Ukraine to the table, but he warned Ukraine will have to make some sacrifices.
Returning to Ukraine's pre-2014 borders is an unrealistic objective.
Hegseth added,
the United States does not believe that NATO membership for Ukraine is a realistic outcome of a negotiated settlement.
He says any international force sent to Ukraine to help keep the peace will not include U.S. troops.
Hegseth delivered remarks today at NATO headquarters in Brussels, Belgium. It's his first trip overseas since being confirmed as head of the Pentagon. Trump's pressure may also be working on the terror network Hamas, which had previously said it may pause hostage releases set for Saturday.
The news this evening here in Israel, it's almost 10 p.m. here now, seems to indicate that Hamas, they will continue to honor the deal.
REA Myers is the coordinator for emergency services in Israel. In an exclusive Family Life interview, Myers says his staff of 3,000 has trained 10 times that many volunteers to be ready if war breaks out again this weekend.
33,000 people are volunteers in Magen David Adom who, at a moment's notice, will drop everything and come and help save lives in Israel.
We'll air our full interview with the Israeli first responder as our news feature in tomorrow's Family Life Noon Report. While Trump was on the phone with Russia today, a few buildings away, Congress was discussing Elon Musk's Department on Government Efficiency. The War on Waste hearing in the House Oversight Committee went a little like this.
If you don't want to help right the fiscal ship in this country, get out of the way. Stop filing lawsuit after lawsuit.
A 25-year-old intern working for Elon Musk tried to get access to the code for that system.
Chaos is not the friend of efficiency. efficiency.
At one point, Democrats getting irritated that Elon Musk, a civilian, was getting access to top secret information. Republicans replied with this.
If Democrats really care about unelected bureaucrats making decisions over our lives, where were they when Anthony Fauci was forcing vaccine and mask mandates on the American people for 4 years? Where were they whenever unelected Alejandro Mayorkas was facilitating the invasion of our country by illegal aliens?
Former Vice President Mike Pence is calling on Musk's Doge department to defund Planned Parenthood. The nation's largest abortion provider received more than $700 million during the Biden administration. During that time, a record number of abortions were performed in this country. Inflation picked up speed again last month. It was the final report under the administration of Joe Biden. CBS business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
The cost of food was up by 2.5% from a year ago. Of course, it costs more to eat out of the home than in the home. Food away from home higher by 3.4% for the year. And if you eat at home, it will cost you 1.9% more than it did a year ago.
Egg prices are up 36% from last year as a deadly bird flu outbreak continues. And from birds to dogs, there's a new top dog in America.
Best in show at the 149th annual Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show. I choose the giant schnauzer.
Oh, Monty! You heard that right. Monty the Schnauzer bested 6 other finalists to claim top dog honors last night in New York City. Still to come on the 5 o'clock report, Pride Parade peddling in Penfield, a Western New York prison in lockdown, and mask mandate or no mask mandate. UPMC says let's not go there. Those stories after weather with Kevin Williams.
Tricky travel ahead this evening, so be alert. Some areas of snow, sleet, and freezing rain. Please use extra care. But as the temperatures climb overnight to above freezing, those icy conditions will melt away. Colder weather returns tomorrow, though. Rain showers flip to snow showers. Watching a potent weekend system promising potentially significant snow, ice, and rain. In the meantime, for tonight, again, snow, sleet, freezing rain in the area this evening, and then changing to rain showers overnight with rising temperatures and gusty winds. For tomorrow, gusty winds turning colder again. Rain showers to start and snow showers to finish.
It's already started. The radar looks nasty out there. Take it easy heading home from work and school today. Thank you, Kevin. Checking the stories making news where you live across New York and Pennsylvania. The string of storms has taken a toll on the region's rock salt supply. These store owners in Pennsylvania say demand far outweighs supply.
We do have some on the front porch, and what we have is what we have for right now.
We're about on our 6th vendor of different types of ice and rock salts for it. It is kind of difficult getting it in. We're getting a couple trucks a day, but a lot of it has already been sold, and we have a pretty long wait list for it.
The rock salt shortage has a lot of folks searching for alternatives. The ash from wood stoves can act as ice melt. You can also use beet juice or kitty litter. Passions ran high at a Penfield school board meeting in suburban Rochester last night. Parents came to raise objections after a kindergartner came home with a book titled Rainbow Parade, the story of a child and 2 female parents attending a pride parade, along with illustrations of parade goers in suggestive attire or no attire. Parent John Feathers told WHEC.
If you think that that's appropriate for children to see, then there's something wrong with you. There's no reason this should be in the schools whatsoever.
Penfield Superintendent Tasha Potter rebuffed parents.
We have the policy in place, right? The procedures in place to object.
The Penfield School Board recessed early, leaving the room before parents could respond publicly. A Western New York prison is in lockdown. The Collins Correctional Facility in Erie County has been on lockdown since noon following an early morning incident in which some prisoners barricaded themselves inside a dorm. 3 officers suffered minor injuries. They say they feel low staffing levels contributed to the situation. Pennsylvania Senator Dave McCormick weighed in today on the release of Mark Fogel, a history teacher from Butler, Pennsylvania.
Here we are 22 days into the president's term, and Mark is home, and it's such a joy. And this is what America First looks like, focusing on American citizens. And Mark was overjoyed. I know his family is overjoyed, and we're just so proud of him and proud of the president for making it all happen.
Fogo was let go in a prisoner swap with Russia. He'd been in custody on hyped-up drug charges for over 3 years. UPMC has backed off a masking mandate that was set to take hold today. In an online post, the Pennsylvania-based healthcare network says wearing masks is now, quote, recommended rather than required for patients and visitors and staff. Dr. Masa Turani says while she hopes pandemic-era mass masking mandates never return, there are specific circumstances where localized mandates make sense.
The reality is we are seeing the highest rates of flu cases in the past 15 years. In the right setting, judiciously, it makes sense. They certainly can't cause any harm.
Next at 5, Valentine's Day is 2 days away, but what about people who are single as February 14th arrives? Our guest on Inside Out has encouragement for those who are unattached amid Friday's holiday. Lisa Anderson with Focus on the Family.
I think there is this culture of what is this person over there doing that I'm not doing? What do they have that I don't have? We tend to sometimes overinflate romantic love, even within church circles. So many singles who are involved in churches, and of course we must be. I always tell my single friends, you need to be in a local church. You have to have community. But many churches are programmed for marriages and for families, and so it can be a hurtful place for singles. And so it's one of those things where we have to look and realize, okay, who is God? Who does he say I am? I often have to remind myself, my singleness is not the biggest thing about me. Just like a married person's marriage isn't the biggest thing about them.
Have you learned some concrete strategies that might make Valentine's Day for unattached single people a little bit more comfortable on that day?
I think there are a few things that have really helped me over the years. I say don't let Valentine's Day hit you like the flu. Okay, so don't go into it with a negative attitude where, so many singles are like, oh, it's really sad, Singles Awareness Day. That's what I'm calling this. It's made to be a romantic holiday, but who says? I mean, again, it's the greeting card companies, it's entertainment media, it's all of that. I think it's very helpful for us to say instead, wow, what can I do with this day? What does it look like for me to celebrate what God has given me and the relationships I do have? And so maybe look outside ourselves and encourage other people. I love older people, and I have a group of widows, so I'll have them over for a movie and for dinner. That's an opportunity to bless someone else. I would also say, and I don't want to underemphasize this, I think too often we put a happy face on our sorrows, especially around singleness and what we're hoping for, when really the psalmist tells us to pour out our complaint to God. Wow, okay, it is okay to grieve. If your heart is feeling like you want to be married or you're grieving a lost relationship, it is okay to acknowledge that.
That's Lisa Anderson with Focus on the Family. You can subscribe, listen to, and share our podcast Inside Out and all of Family Life's original podcasts at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or at familylife.org. Time next for tonight's market report brought to you by Faithward Advisors. Wall Street is closing with stocks lower. At the final bell, the Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 225 points to 44,368. The S&P 500 fell by 16 points to 60.52, and the Nasdaq dropped by 6 points to 19,650. Faithward Advisors is a Christian financial planning firm online at faithwardadvisors.com.
You've heard the joke, you'll never see a hearse towing a U-Haul because you can't take it with you, right? Hi, I'm Rob West with a Faith and Finance Minute. You can and should, however, determine how your assets will be distributed before you die and make those decisions known in a will or a trust. It's not a pleasant task. Maybe that's why millions of people let the government do it for them in probate court. But we're stewards of God's resources. Everything is His, and He wants you to make those decisions. So pray for guidance on who He wants the next stewards to be. Pray for wisdom to know if the assets will help or hurt your heirs. You can't take it with you, but you can leave it with those who will best use those resources for God's glory. Manage your finances wisely with the easy-to-use FaithFi app. Download FaithFi, Faith and Finance from your app store, or learn more at faithfi.com.
Coming up on the 5 o'clock report, a honey-do list without the honey. The neat way a widower has chosen to serve. That story after weather with Kevin Williams.
Tricky travel ahead this evening, so be alert. Some areas of snow, sleet, and freezing rain. Please use extra care. But as the temperatures climb overnight to above freezing, those icy conditions will melt away. Colder weather returns tomorrow, though. Rain showers flip to snow showers. Watching a potent weekend system promising potentially significant snow, ice, and rain. In the meantime, for tonight, again, snow, sleet, freezing rain in the area this evening, and then changing to rain showers overnight with rising temperatures and gusty winds. For tomorrow, gusty winds turning colder again. Rain showers to start and snow showers to finish.
Thank you, Kevin. Lots of sleet, lots of snow out there tonight. Be careful. Finally, at 5, a man who doesn't mind a honey-do list at all. 76-year-old Danny Chauvin of Mississippi has been through a lot. He's a widower who's coped with PTSD from his Army days in Vietnam. After his wife passed away, he knew he needed to keep busy, so he posted a Facebook ad offering to help with household projects like he used to do for his wife, a way to fix the hole in his heart by fixing holes in people's homes.
And it spread like wildfire. And now I got a lot of friends.
Is the PTSD any better now that you've started doing this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I was looking for.
The folks he's helped, mostly older single or widowed women, are grateful, especially because Danny does it all for free.
He's working on fixing a closet door, and then he hung my porch swing. He put in a shower, and he did my screen door. He showed much kindness to people.
Danny eventually remarried to a woman he met by fixing her broken vacuum cleaner. And that's the world that we live in for Wednesday, the 12th of February. I'm Sarah Harnish, and this is the 5 o'clock report on Family Life.
Thank you for listening to this Family Life News podcast. If you've been encouraged by what you've heard, please share it with others and click the subscribe button to automatically receive future episodes. Family Life is a listener-supported ministry. Podcasts like this are made possible by your financial partnership. Find out more at familylife.org.